Hello, and welcome back to the Dokkan battle video. Now, I'm just gonna hop in here, right? We're doing back into the battle hardened formidable foes, and I've seen people like crying a little bit about how, oh, battle hardened formidable foes is the new hard content or whatever, right? And I'm looking at these stages, and I'm really not seeing anything that crazy. Oh, I just realized something. Okay, well, we might have a slight issue in the second phase. That we will address when we get there. The slight issue being I didn't notice that one of our opponents here can disable dodging. And I was just scrolling through really fast and I didn't notice it. So that'll be a little interesting, to say the least. Alright, first up though, before we start talking about that later, this Metal Cooler gets 10% attack every time he's hit up to 100%, and 10% defense every time he's hit up to 100%. He does 2.2 million, and with a 800k normal. Not too bad. I mean, to be fair, when he's fully built up, that's what, 1.6 on the normals and 3 million on the super attack. That's 10 hits, and it does kind of look like he will die before he gets to that point. And if he doesn't die, we're going to have everything up anyway. So I don't really foresee that being too big of a deal. And then the next phase doesn't seem that bad at all, actually. He basically just does 3.5 million damage on a super attack with 1.5 million damage normal. So that's not that bad at all, really. He does lower your ki by 2, but I mean, you can attack debuff him, you can defense debuff him, you can do a bunch of stuff. We don't really have units that have much debuffs, right? So I'm not it's not that big of a deal. Gohan doesn't need 24 ki until we actually get to turn 5, so it's fine. I really do like that Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. He is super good. I like him a lot. No, I don't think he's well, if I were to rank him, I would probably say he's the 4th best out of all the anniversary LRs. Granted, I don't have all of them. Also, it doesn't seem like they're playing copyrighted music, so I can actually turn this on. I would probably give him probably 4th best anniversary LR, right? I would probably see both the fusions, then Super Saiyan 4 Goku, then Gohan, and then probably Frieza and Evolution Blue Vegeta tied at the bottom. Right? Neither of them impress me very much. They're fun. I think Vegeta's fun. I don't have Gogeta or Goku and Frieza. I don't have either of them. They look fun. The Goku portion of the Goku and Frieza does look very, very good, though. I will say that, for sure. I gotta give credit where credit is due. The Goku portion does look incredibly good. Incredibly good. Alright, so here's where things get a little iffy spooky, right? Now, obviously, we just popped the DBZ active. It doesn't matter because this is the final phase of the fight, and we're not gonna get that far, right? But the problem is with the fact that 13, which is the fight right after this, right? Once we beat this Metal Cooler core, the next opponent is 13, who disables dodge, right? Now it's only base 13, so that who cares? Who cares, right? So once base 13 is dead, we won't have to worry about that. It's just that we will have to worry about it in the event that we have HLUI turn 1. Which, unless we blitz this guy, we're probably gonna have. If we KO next turn, we will have Beast Gohan's active by that phase, or unless, I mean, we could just kill 13. It's another option, right? Let's be real, that is on the table, right? Just getting rid of 13 completely, to the point where he's not an issue. But we'll see what happens. It's gonna be basically, can Vegito just incinerate this guy? Which, if he's not critting, I guess not, or it's doing supers, which is equally annoying. Man, I will say I am very, very close to getting my pity for the anniversary. And I do really, really, really want Gogeta. So if I don't end up getting Goku and Frieza, I'm not going to be too upset, right? Only issue with that is then I'll be missing 2 Carnivals, right? So I'm going to need to be able to buy both of him and Gotenks, which is a little rough. I will say. It's a little rough. Oh, we have the... Okay, do we do the... I don't know if I should put this on video. I don't think you can get banned for it, but if I put it in recording, it's definitely not a good look. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, there is currently a glitch in the game. Actually, I don't even think it's for Gogeta or for Vegito. I think it's mainly for Gogeta and for Goku and Frieza. But the glitch, what it does is it makes it so that you can like spam the tag switch, and it'll make it so that it'll activate their additionals over and over and over and over again. So they end up just supering like 50 times in a turn, which is really funny. Not practical, really, because like most enemies are not living that. let's be honest. They're not gonna live that. So it's not like something that's gonna be super helpful in a lot of cases. Can you super, please? God damn, man. And crit on this, please, so that way we don't have to worry about AGL UI like at all. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Not bad. First enemy, not bad at all. But yeah, they just start super attacking like infinite times. Like, who cares really? Because the only time where that would be useful is against a boss like that Battlefield Baby, who has like 1 billion HP. Like, and I'm not even exaggerating when I say 1 billion. His HP is like literally 1 billion, which, again, is silly, but it doesn't really matter that much. So I don't know. I feel like it's not that big of a deal, right? But it does allow for some funny Twitter clips, so I guess that's pretty cool. But yeah, it doesn't really matter in the long run. Like, you can just stack infinitely basically in a singular turn, but again, nothing is gonna live that, because again, they stack attack, so like, you're just gonna be getting like hundreds of thousands of damage, but like the enemy's just gonna die. It's like they're not gonna survive that. So I do think that's silly, but it's not that big of a deal. They're gonna patch it. They already said in the news. I don't think it's bannable, because like, who cares? Like, it's not like, yeah, sure, it's an exploitable bug for infinite damage, but the infinite damage isn't ever gonna happen. So who cares? Who cares really? Yeah, but the way you do that is you pop an active skill and spam the tag switch, and then they just start super attacking forever. Like, I saw somebody do it. They hit the tag switch button for 15 minutes, and then his unit was super attacking for 2 hours. It's like, great. Why? what? Like, now? Oh, okay, cool. You've wasted 2 hours of your life watching a Goku kick an enemy for 10 years, right? Like, who really cares about that? Besides it being kind of silly, which I think is cool, but like, again, it doesn't. Who gives a damn? Anyway, let's talk back about this fight, right? I don't foresee us having any issue, to be completely honest. Just because our units are just really good, right? Like, we have so many busted characters that, like, our only problem would have been this exact rotation if that was UI Goku instead. But it's not. So it doesn't matter. Because now this phase is going to be gone, right? By the time UI Goku comes out, and then even if it's not like finished, we can just like, well, actually, I guess Super Saiyan 3 Goku is potentially in trouble, but he's tanky enough to live pretty much anything this 13 does. 13 does do 2.8 million damage on a super attack, so I guess that is kind of spooky with 1 million damage normals. He's not that scary though, and that's all he does. He doesn't have any other effects. And he's, you know, you can hit him with everything. You can stun him, seal him. Well, you can't seal him, but you can stun him. You can do damn near everything else. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. That's a lot of attacks with Beast, but not the way we'd want it. And, like, we don't really need the active. I mean, he does... Okay. This 13, Super Android 13, he does 3.3 and a stun with 1.2 million damage normals, which is a little spooky. Now, I can't lie to you. A little bit. just a little spooky. However, you can also attack debuff from defensive. Well, it's like, you can do stuff to these units where it's not going to be like the worst thing ever. Also, he has a really long cooldown. Like a really, really long cooldown. It's his full attack turn. So if he doesn't super attack right away, he's not super attacking the next turn probably. And if he is going to be, it's going to be in your slot 3 unit, which like most units nowadays after they super attack are more than capable. Okay, let's see when he super attacks, because like, okay, he's giving us a lot of time. So I'm going to highly doubt he's going to do that much to us. And we're going to have Tech Broly transform next turn. I don't think Tech Broly would die to a 3.3 million damage super attack. Wow, we are getting really bad luck with their 70% additional, man. I think, what, we missed 3 of them now? It's kind of annoying, but, like, whatever. Just slightly less attack damage. No hidden potential system. Okay. Fair enough. Remember, this is the UI Goku's first turn. He has a 100% dodge chance. Nothing to worry about literally at all. It is going to be Gohan's 4th turn, because remember, Gohan, his intro lasts for 5 turns. Or, no, actually, technically it is 4. It's 4 turns, no? Or is it 5? Gohan. It lasts for 4 turns, right? From when he shows up. And this is the 4th turn. So he does still have his passive up. He's going to still be completely fine. How do we want to do this? Okay, if Broly's not going to be able to get an 18 key anyway, it doesn't really matter. Alright, we'll give it all to Vegito. And then Gohan, I highly doubt Gohan dies. He's going to triple super attack. Potentially quad. Okay, let's see. How much does it do to Broly? Broly has, what, 70% damage reduction on this turn? I mean, that's a little bit, but it's not that bad. Could be significantly worse. And then next turn, we can just Beast Active, and it's, like, fine. Like, we could also Vegito Active. The thing about Vegito Active is, since this 13 does stun, that would make it so that he can't do any of his counters. Which would be kind of annoying, right? It's like, well, man, not a whole much you can do about that. But oh, okay, or 13 is just gonna get blown away by Vegito, and we still have Gohan, who's gonna do what, 4 or 5 super attacks. And it's like, these bosses, like, sure, they're a little spooky in terms of how much raw damage they can do, but if they're not going to be able to do anything back to us, it doesn't really matter. Also, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like a lot of the Part 2 arts are a little desaturated. Like, they feel a little gray, no? And, like, their artwork? I don't know. I could just be talking on my ass, but, like, if you see the Gogeta on the left side of your screen right now, I upped the saturation on him and changed the color palette like a lot for the layout so that it popped a little bit more and matched Vegito's like heavy saturated like art. So like I had to do that manually. Oh, he has an AoE normal. Oh, okay. That doesn't matter, but okay. Like, this team is too good for stuff like this. Okay, Broly. This Broly, he gets 20% attack every turn up to 100%, and he does 2.2 million on his super attack. I'm actually kind of shocked that that did damage to Beast at all, to be completely honest. His super attack doesn't have like effect or anything, so his normals aren't going to be that crazy. And looking at his attack stat, like, I don't think this normal is going to be enough to damage us that bad. How much does it do? Okay, it doesn't do anything. And then he's AGL with guard. Yeah, it does nothing. Okay. I didn't even know he had an AoE normal. The next Broly, I don't know if he has one either, right? He has a damage ceiling, but that's like it. In terms of his like things, gets damage reduction, but that doesn't really matter because you just crit him, right? So who cares, really? So what was the scariest part here? I guess it would be base 13 because he has dodge canceling, and I brought UI Goku. That's like the only scary part here. Okay, so we're completely fine again. entirely 100% fine. He cannot damage us on this turn. Next turn, we have Beast active. So... Okay, how much does it do to Tech Broly? Oh yeah, that's right, nothing. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's like... Like, again, I heard people, like, constantly talking about, oh, battle hardened formidable foes is really difficult. And, like, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. But, like, for a team like this, is it really that bad? Like, isn't... Like, we have access to so many mechanics. Wow. Okay. There he goes. We have access to so many mechanics that I just don't see us having issues at all with anything like that a fight can throw at us. Like, what would be the only way for us to die is if, like, there was an STR enemy with, like, an AoE super attack that did, like, 5 million. Turn 1. That could be bad. Probably. I think we would die in that scenario. But none of these guys do that. So... it doesn't really matter. It's like, are they even gonna do that? Because, like, even if you remember the Golden Frieza Red Zone stage, right? That fight can't damage us once we have, like, taunts active. And that does 7 million twice if you don't damage him. They would need to do some sort of AoE thing, I think, to break through Beast and Vegito, and I don't even have Gogeta. Gogeta, with his support up from his active? Oh no. You guys remember, these fights are short, so you can pop the Veku, which gives you a Ghost Usher and 3 turns of dodging. It's like, you don't, like, they don't have the sauce. They can't stand here and, like, handle this. It's just not possible. Oh, Broly, look out! You're gonna get hit by 8 supers! Broly! Broly, no! It's like, oh, no. Whatever shall I do? My super weak Gohan in slot 1 is gonna super attack for 4 times for like 40, 50 million. No! With 20% damage reduction in guard. No! This is so tragic. No! Against this int unit. No! He's gonna get hit by a normal, guys. I can't. Man. Gotta love it. You gotta love it. And you also gotta remember, right? GT Goku is supporting Tech Broly. Alright, so if we were ever to get into Super Saiyan 4, he would be giving Tech Broly even more deep, like, damage reduction. Which is really good. Very, very good. Like, it does make me question, though, Dokkan's, like, dev team. Where do we go from here, right? Because with the units that we have, and the sheer amount of damage that we're able to output while having all these mechanics available to us, what is the solution to that? How do you make things hard when we're so broken? Like, you have to do something toxic, right? Again, locking AoE enemy, right? That would be like what you would have to do. I don't think you could reasonably do anything else, right? So, like legitimately, what do you do about that? There was no easy path here to make it so that, like, we're even remotely nerfed. Because we just have all of this stuff, and we're getting more units. There is still, well, technically 6, but mainly 4 EZAs that haven't happened yet, or been like even announced that we're gonna get. Being the 2 7th year LRs, who there's no way those guys are gonna be bad, right? They're gonna get added onto this team. There is the Sand Saga LRs. I mean, I guess they could be bad, right? But they have a really good chance of being great. And so it's just like, I don't know where we go from here. How do we make enemies able to handle what we have access to? They started off doing it really good by making it so that they're all significantly tankier, but even still, we're blowing through these harder enemies almost instantly. So I don't really think it's that bad, to be honest. Also, okay, moving on to Bojack now that we're on his phase. Bojack gets 40% defense when his HP is 49% or less, and if you're on into Bojack on the 3rd turn, he will passively lower your defense by 50%, which that's kind of spooky. Like, that's a good way of like trying to nerf us. Passively lowering our defense by 50%, like that means something, right? That could seriously hinder characters like AGL UI Goku, or characters that rely on damage reduction like Tech Broly Beast Gohan, right? Them having significantly lower defense means that their damage reduction is going to have to cut through more. Granted, they have such high damage reduction that's probably going to be a little bit difficult for that, like, to really matter that much. It would have to be probably a little bit more than 50%, probably like 60-70% for them to start feeling the effects. But 50% is definitely going to severely cut through a lot of units, like defenses. Like Gohan, like this Gohan would probably get hurt really bad by that. However, he has type advantage, so he actually does not get hurt really bad from that. So, yeah. It's the little things, right? It's the little things. If you had a combination of that defense debuff, you'd have to make it, 1, probably like 60%, and 2, make him do it immediately. So, I don't know. It's like, spooky effect, yes. Very relevant? No. Because it happens way too late for it to matter that much, and by the time it does happen, you're probably about to finish the phase off anyway. Right? Like, we're gonna see it in play. Like, I'm gonna open up, like, the character menu next turn, and we're gonna see that, like, my units are looking significantly worse. But I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal, in all honesty. Also, Bojack is significantly weaker now, because he's below 50% HP. So, his defense is, like, in the dumpster. Like, even non-crits are gonna do, like, really big damage to him. But we also do have guaranteed crit, which ignores it anyway, so... It's a bit questionable why Bojack even has that available to him. Because a lot of our units just crit anyway. Okay, let's see. How much defense did we lose? Because it would have already happened, right? It's a passive debuff on his 3rd turn. Yeah, 100k. So I mean, hey, it is a real effect. Like, what's our low? Yeah, it's pretty low, but is it low enough? I'm not sure. It'll probably be low enough to put us into a range where we can revive and go into grade 8, which would mean we win anyway. and it doesn't seem like it's gonna, like, stick, right? We'll have it for whenever this guy is around, but I don't think it will be around for when we have the second phase of this Bojack. I don't think the second phase of this Bojack is gonna have that. Or, like, we're not gonna still be affected by the defense debuff with him. And then we can obviously just taunt. So, again, doesn't matter. Taunt, revive, Great Ape, taunt again, taunt again. Alright, Bojack, let's see what you got, buddy. Mr. Pirate, with your fancy pirate music. Alright, you're not gonna be able to damage us. Zippy's gone. Yippee. We grab that. We grab a bunch of key for you. We grab some key for you. Our whole rotation's at 24 key. Bojack's gonna do negative damage to us. Bojack, he gets damage reduction raised before receiving 7 attacks. And then he gets 30% attack with each attack received up to 200%. Which could be spooky, because that would give him a 5 million damage super attack. Again. Could be. I don't think it will be, but it could be spooky. Because next turn we're going to be the most broken we've been in this entire video. So again, I don't think it's going to matter very much in the long run. Alright. Because we're going to be able to go into Vegito, we're going to have the Great Ape, we're going to have Broly's active, we're going to have all this stuff up. And it's just going to, like, compound really hard against Bojack. We're going to be guaranteed critting with damn near everybody. Like, does he live any of that? I doubt it. He is going to be fully built up, so we're going to see him do his 5 million damage super attack with 3 million normals. Like, that's spooky. 3 million normals? Like, okay. I see you, Bojack. Like, that's spooky. But he's not going to live long enough to actually dish that out, so it doesn't really matter. Because he's already damn near 50% HP gone. And he hasn't done anything to us, so... Alright. Go, you go, Bojack. You tell him. I also mentioned he has a really long super attack cooldown. So. You know. Y'all know how. Alright, let's see this real quick. Oh no, Bojack. We're gonna make him stronger. No, Bojack. Bojack, no. You're gonna be so much stronger than you were before. Like, you can see his normals are doing pretty good damage, but it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Oh, wow, the Great Ape does a lot of damage to him. That's a lot. Oh, and his super attack is gone. So his 5 million damage super attack won't happen. Because he can't. He just can't. It's 3 million base, which, I mean, hey, that is a lot. To be fair to Bojack, that is quite a lot. But it's not that much if it doesn't exist. So, yeah. Yeah. Also, people have this guy really low, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and I don't understand why. Like, he's so goddamn good. Like, is it bad for me to say that I think he's underrated? Like, he's really good. And I don't really see where he would be bad. Like, at all. Alright. Let's get even more actives in here. Alright, let's see how much damage this Vegito active does. You gonna show him? Oh, and he's dead. Alright. Bye, Bojack. You never even did any damage to us. But yeah, the intensifying or battle hardened foes is really hard, guys. For sure. No, I agree. No, I concur, actually. I do think it is quite difficult. For sure, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think about this stage in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. We're just gonna hop into the next one immediately, so I'll see you then.